Hello and welcome to some of my friends read comics. We've got Chris.
1 minute they're on you like Oprah on a Twinkie, and the next they're a cover story for some limp-wristed Scientologist.
We've got Vince.
What's your verdict on the 21st century? Cool or uncool?
Why did y'all both take quotes from the Ultimate? All right, welcome to the show. My name's Kia. Today we are reading Animal Man. Some old Grant Morrison comics from 1990, 91, early 90s there.
88.
88? Maybe I'm just looking at the date on the trade release then. 88, late 80s. There we go. And we are also continuing our long read of The Ultimates. We're on issue number 3, which has mentioned celebrities a lot. And I don't know if it did anything else. We'll talk about it. But Animal Man, we are reading the first 5 issues. I thought we would have like an option to maybe read the 6th issue so that we could round out the whole first trade. But the first trade is 9 issues. And so I wasn't going to read 6 through 9. You know, did y'all read anything more than number 5?
No, I saw, again, as I said last episode, there's a Thanagarian on the front cover in a Vertigo-ish comic. I'm not reading it.
Yeah,
for Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing, our last Swamp Thing episode, he went and met Hawk Girl and the Thanagarians, and I'm like, I'm out. I don't like this at all. No, thank you.
That's fair. Chris, you stopped there?
Oh, I wish I had stopped earlier.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. I love these comics, so I don't know what Chris is talking about. We'll get into it, I'm sure.
Although it looks like there's a Watchmen parody in issue 7. Maybe that would have been funny.
I don't know. I don't remember this comic. I read this comic forever ago, and I don't remember any of this. So, let's get to it here. Animal Man number 1. I mentioned Grant Morrison. Okay, do we need the backstory? Who's Grant Morrison? Have we read much Grant Morrison?
Grant Morrison's. Here's our 4th episode. His JLA. We haven't actually read much of his stuff. Kia, I know you liked his new X-Men run.
That's great.
He had a long run on Batman. He created Damian Wayne, Batman's son, who's, I think, still Robin in the comics. Maybe the second longest tenured Robin behind Dick Grayson now. Which is crazy to think. And then...
when did Tim get replaced? That was probably...
05, 06?
Yeah, 6.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe, because that was 16 years ago. So, he was dead for a little while, but, I mean, on and off, Damian Wayne has been Robin for 20 years.
Wow.
That's crazy to think. That's probably his biggest claim to fame. He wrote, like, We 3. He's written a lot of stuff over time.
Batman Arkham Asylum.
Oh, yeah, there's a big one.
That's not much to talk about, is it?
Yeah. Well, this isn't much either.
I think this is a lot more worth talking about. Doom Patrol. We covered Doom Patrol,
yes,
right?
we did cover Doom Patrol.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Doom Patrol is good.
The Invisibles. We never. The Filth. All that stuff. He's got a ton of stuff out there.
Yeah, he's a very popular comic writer. And then Animal Man, I want to say, is like his first, like, American published comic. Does that sound about right? Or first time he was really on the map?
Yes, this was his first, and he has said that he wrote this thinking that British writers had to write like Alan Moore, because this does feel like this is the Swamp Thingiest thing we've read that's not Swamp Thing.
Oh, man.
A little bit for sure. Yeah.
I joked when we read Sandman that Sandman also felt like, it's like, oh, this is how we have to write comic books. It's like, we have to have like a gritty, disembodied narrator that's like, with like a dude in the shadows, like, he likes to do this. Third person, this man wants the blood on his head, on his sand. He wants this. Blah, 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 blah. Like real, like, dark noir-y stuff that, like, Alan Moore barely gets away with it for me. And my first note was this is the worst instincts of Swamp Thing. Like, the first few pages, I am not on board. I'm going to get on board, but the first few pages, I was not thrilled.
Not quoting William Blake or anything.
Is that what it is?
Well, no, I mean, that's more of an Alan Moore thing to, like, throw in like, oh, this is, all along the Watchtower or whatever, having song lyrics or like poems end an issue, and you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm 12 years old.
I am 30 to 40 years old, and I don't care.
Mm-hmm. We should also mention the artist Chaz Truog, Truog. I don't recognize that name really. And looking him up, there's not like a ton of stuff that he had done, but I generally like the art in here. It's fun and cartoony without being too cartoony. We'll talk more about the art as
It's
we go.
very Vertigo-y.
I like that it feels like a fill-in like DC book, and then like it doesn't really match. It's not like Sandman where he's just getting like Kelly Jones and all of these people to like draw like stylistic crazy shit. Like this is like house style DC art. And then just the tone is very different than a house style DC book.
Right. Like it didn't, to kind of counter your point, Vince, it did not look super Vertigo-y to me at all. And I was just like, oh, this looks more regular. But as you go through, it does have those kind of moments throughout it. That
I think it's the coloring, the pastels of it. I think it feels to me like somebody doing a lot of John Byrne also of this era.
But yeah. This would have been when he was doing Superman. So that would be like a very DC.
That tracks.
Yeah. There's definitely some buff babies in this book.
There are some buff babies.
We goose him a little bit.
And then and Animal Man is like nothing at this point. I think he had been in 9 issues total up to this point, and none of them were like sequential. He's in one of the universes in Crisis on Infinite Earths, but like he's got like nothing going on before this book.
Yeah, and I think this is like post-Crisis, and they're kind of resetting and figuring out the character.
I mean, I guess they call attention to the fact that he was part of like a group of losers in Crisis.
Mm-hmm. Right. But yeah, he hasn't had any like long publishing history that they're not figuring out. It's more like just like, let's throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. And my understanding is this was planned to be just like a 5-issue miniseries. Which it kind of reads like
four issue, I think, which is why that 5th one is kind of crazy and kind of sets up the idea for what he's going to do with the rest of it. But anything else we need to say? Let's jump into it.
No, let's go.
Let's jump into it. We got a dude in the shadows to start things off. He's in the desert, walking towards San Diego
with third person narration. I'm out. Like this is
you're out.
I do not like this. This is the page I skip now.
Sharks. We're not interested.
So we then meet Animal Man. His name is Buddy Baker. He's rescuing a neighbor's cat from a tree, and he falls out, but he uses the cat's reflexes to land on his feet. And he's like, oh, movie stuntman training. And the neighbor's still missing one of her cats, hoping she'll turn up. Comes home to his wife Ellen, and he says to her that he has decided he wants to become a full-time superhero. She does not pay it much mind. She's heard that a million times, and he's like, no, I really think I can do it. I want to join the JLI. Like, look, Blue Beetle, he doesn't have any powers. I can be in that team. And they kind of start arguing a little bit about kind of getting his shit together and getting some more consistent work, whether it's superhero or not. And their son, go ahead.
I like the practicality of this, though. I mean, this is a very like real world thing. Is like, I could be like, there's hundreds of people with powers. What makes you think you're going to be part of this team with 7? I don't remember if it's this scene or not, but she's like, we spent like $800 on your costume and you've worn it like 3 times. Like, what are we doing here? Like, you have a kid. Like, come on, man. Like, what's like, be a stuntman. Be something practical with your powers. Like, that makes sense to me. I like that. I like that like slice of life thing. He's saving a cat. That's his big thing. He's doing his heroic moment. I like the low stakesness of this book to start with.
To save the cat moment.
Oh
yep.
Yeah.
All right. So their son Cliff comes in and hears them arguing about all that.
Maybe he's a heavy metal hero.
He's a heavy metal hero with a mullet. And he just looks like a shithead, man. Like, there's not actually much in this book. I didn't get the line where they ask him, how was school? And he goes, give me a bag and I'll show you. What does that mean? I don't understand what that means at all. Give me a bag and I'll show you?
Is he going to throw up in it? I don't know.
A bag of what? I don't know. Yeah, maybe. But he's got this snide look on his face, and for the rest of these 5 issues, he doesn't do much else, so I guess he's okay.
No, I mean, I forgot that we read Animal Man, like the New 52 relaunch for this show. We
did?
Yeah, we did.
I
really liked. He because after Grant Morrison's run, like Animal Man is connected to the red the way the Swamp Thing is connected to the green. So he's like,
I was gonna say that one was deliberately Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Because I remember liking it, but it was just basically a Swamp Thing book, but with Animal Man.
Yeah, an animal. If Swamp Thing had kids, because I think the girl had powers, but the son did not, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was the beef of it.
All right. Yeah. I'll have to go back to that now that I know who these characters are.
Yeah.
So they call down the daughter Maxine, who's also a little bit of a buff baby there. But her head's just kind of big. I don't know.
When we mean buff baby, we mean it is clearly a person. They know how to draw an adult, and then they kind of like resize the proportions to make it a kid. It's very odd.
Yeah. Let's see what happens after that. Nothing. They move on. The mystery man is in an alley now. He's in pain. He sees like a vision of a star or something. Someone tries to mug him, but he kills them. Then
they call him, right?
Right now we're just calling the mystery man the I think he doesn't even have a name yet, does he? Eventually we start calling him the Beast, so maybe we'll call him the Beast. Then we get a little sports training montage.
Or the White God, which I don't like.
I don't like
the
that
white.
one
Nope.
I mean, yeah. Not even the White Devil, just White God. Okay, all right. Okay.
Yeah. So Buddy starts training with his wife. They do a little sports training montage, kind of learning how his powers work exactly, and being like, how long can he use them for? So the idea is he doesn't have to touch an animal to get its powers. As long as it's in the vicinity, he can just kind of like absorb it, and it can hold for about half an hour. And he does some running stuff. A cute little banana peel visual gag that I really wanted to see resolved, but I guess we can just assume it did. He's training with his buddy Roger, who's another neighbor of theirs, who's like, hey, I can get you a spot on the Dick Griffith show. I can be your agent.
He's like, Merv Griffith and Dick Cavett.
I guess so. We see the mystery man, the Beast, heading to Star Labs.
Oh, that's where Cyborg's from.
That's where a lot of stuff is from, isn't it? There's a big time Star Labs. There's Superman stuff.
Yeah, this is like the San Diego division, which is apparently evil, unlike the Metropolis one.
Yeah, they're too far away from Metropolis. They're doing their own thing. Not enough oversight. We don't know they're evil yet. We just assume they're good because it's Star Labs, you know. Then Buddy did go on the Dick Griffith show. The family is gathering around the TV to watch his appearance, and it was not great. The host made fun of him the whole time, and they cut out the good stuff, and made him self-conscious because now he's wearing a blue jacket over his suit, so it'll be less embarrassing.
It's about to look a lot like Booster Gold.
It does.
He does look a lot like Booster Gold, yeah.
Like everything about. Like he has the face mask of Booster Gold, the blonde hair of Booster Gold, the blue jacket of Booster. It's
Yep.
But I'm more concerned. Like he was embarrassed about wearing the skin tight costume, but this short jacket does not cover anything that's like you would be embarrassed by. So I don't know why he chose that.
Maybe he's embarrassed by his chest, but not his lower region. Maybe he's like, that's what I need to show off. That's the good stuff. That's his
Animal Man. Animal Man has like protruding nipples that show through his costume, and he wants to. Yeah,
he's embarrassed by
that. Yeah. So Star Labs did see the appearance though, and they called him because they had a break-in. And so he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go over. I got a job."
This coat immediately changed from blue to yellow, by the way.
Oh, you're right. in just those couple of panels.
Yeah.
Interesting. So Star Labs, he gets there. Some doctor whose name I didn't write down. He's like the main guy he's dealing with. Says like, yeah, we were hoping for Superman, but we couldn't get him. So we saw you on the news, and it's animal related. So we thought you might be able to help. They're working on primates to develop an AIDS vaccine, and they head into the room and they show like this giant break-in. There's shit wrecked everywhere, and then they show him the monkeys, and they're all congealed together in some big weird mass, like a single organism or something. It's gross, big and gross. And that's the end of the issue. Cliffhanger, weird monkeys. And the cover of issue 2, we got screaming monkeys. We got a lot of monkeys. And I am a fan of monkeys.
You are a fan of monkeys. You're a monkey.
Yeah. I'm a monkey guy. I cannot deny.
I like this first issue a lot. I think it's a pretty good like setting the stage for what kind of tone it is. Like, this is a realistic superhero. He's like really down on his luck. He's not cool like Superman. He's having to like make and buy his own costume. People think he's a loser on the news. I feel like they should have done Dick Letterman or David Letterman instead. Like, that seems like more prime, but you know.
I mean, Leno's the one in Los Angeles.
Leno's not in LA yet because this is 88.
Yeah,
so it's
but
I guess that's true.
Letterman's in New York though, so he never goes to Los Angeles.
That's true.
Famously,
be like Pat Sajak hosting or something at this time on CBS, something weird like that. Okay.
You could get like what's her name that filled in for like a year on the Tonight Show?
Joan Rivers.
Joan Rivers, yeah.
Joan Rivers had a show around this time. That would have been good.
That would have worked well, yeah.
Yeah, Joan Rivers was making fun of him. That would have been good. But I guess you expect Joan Rivers to make fun of you. You don't expect Dick Cavett to make fun of you. Like, that's how much of a loser you are. Okay.
And I am generally happier with a fake person instead of tracing over a real person's face and putting it in your issue.
That's true.
As we'll get to in the Ultimates. So we get to issue 2 here. Doctor fills them in on what happened with the break-in. One of the lab assistants saw an 8-foot-tall cockroach coming in and busting up the place. Looks about as you'd expect. 8-foot-tall cockroach, pretty scary. I do like this might be my panel of the week, is this cockroach man running away, and he's got his arms up in like that running kind of motion that you just don't expect a cockroach to have, and I like that a lot. That's not my panel of the week, but it's a cute one.
Pretty messed up.
Oh, I heard you were going to say it's pretty meh for a panel of the week. Sorry. Animal Man asks for a dog so that he can use his nose to find the cockroach. And I'm sure we're testing on some dogs somewhere around here. We'll get you one. Then we see the neighbor's cat that we were alluded to in the last issue. It's out in the woods somewhere, and there's some hunters heading out there, and they're being real shitheads. Like, you can just tell these guys. Yeah, you can instantly tell they suck.
Yeah, they were in the first issue as well.
We just skipped right
over. It's probably
they were there for like a page.
They shoot a bird.
Yeah.
They're like messed up. I mean, like, even like plot wise, they're like, these guys don't interact with Animal Man at all. So like,
no.
But they do interact with animals.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, there's some messed up stuff in the plot. We're getting there. Animal Man is following the scent, but it disappears somewhere, and he's like, "Oh God, I don't know what to do." Some teen comes up for his autograph, and he signs it, and he's like, "Animal Man? I thought you were Aquaman. The fuck is this?" Always a good joke. He's feeling like he's over his head.
Punchable kid.
Yes.
This is what Colin Jost was doing in 1988.
One of the hunter guys, the dad, I think, also looked a lot like Jack Nicholson to me. Is that I
bet.
Yeah.
But I mean, kind of. He's bald, but I see what you're talking about.
Yeah. Buddy is hanging out on a roof eating some chips, and out of nowhere, Superman flies down. And Buddy's like, "Whoa, oh my God, it's Superman." And he's like, "Hey, I had to be in Pakistan in like 20 minutes, but I had some time to kill. I saw you down here. I thought I'd come say hi." And he's like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" And Superman's like, "Wait, do you hear that?" "Nah, of course you don't. I got to go help with it. Bye." Okay. All right. So that's
I'm surprised he didn't say featuring Superman like on the cover.
Right, like put it on the cover. Yeah. I will say I do really like the way Superman is drawn here, and like just a very classic kind of motif. Like, he looks old timeier than the rest of the book, you know.
Yeah.
Without too much of a visual like jarring difference to it. It's just like a little tiny touch, but I like it a lot.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's just like, I know he doesn't give Animal Man a chance to actually say anything, but it's just like, "Hey, I'm following a giant cockroach that broke out of Star Labs. You want to like help me for 10 seconds?" No, nope. He just flies away.
Nope. But he was too starstruck. Didn't know what to do.
He didn't know what to do. Would Superman help, or would Superman like no? Or would he like hype him up? Like, "I'm sure you've got this under control."
Yeah, cockroach, you got this, man.
You're the Animal Man, of course.
Yeah,
you got it. Good job, boy.
Sounds like they got the right man for the job.
He knows my name.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
This
So
would be a
then
good
we
scene,
see,
like in a smaller DC movie, or like Peacemaker or something. If Superman appeared for like 2 seconds, that'd be
That
cool.
would be funny.
yeah. So then we see the mystery man, the Beast, in another alley, and he combines a homeless guy and a rat, and we see them kind of getting combined together and fusing together, all weird.
It's a real body horror part of the book.
Yeah. Um, Buddy calls his wife from a payphone. She wants to invite Superman for dinner, and he's like, "No, it wasn't like that. He just kind of like that. We can't invite him for dinner." And he's trying to explain it, but a rat man attacks him. Um, oh god, there's a working lady. She's walking by, trying to tell her boss, like, "Hey, I want to keep this pet," and he's like, "I told you could have a pet, but not a praying mantis." And she's like, "I love this praying mantis, though."
This is Taxi Danny DeVito.
It is, yes, it is. But Buddy's getting beat up, destroys Danny DeVito's car, and he's like trying to look for any kind of animal that he can get the powers of to help him fight. And he's like, "Praying mantis, there we go, got it." And so he's fighting like a praying mantis. Ellen and Maxine, his wife and his daughter, they're heading to the woods for some reason to have like a picnic or something, to run around there. I don't know. And they run into the hunters out there. Not good. Buddy is doing okay in the fight, but then he takes a really big hit, and he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna give him a big old punch. What's going on? Why am I not punching?" And he looks down and he realizes he's lost his arm completely. It's been ripped off. And he falls over and starts to pass out, but he kind of sees that something's going on with the rat man at the same time. Like, it's struggling to hold itself together. It's kind of falling down. And that's where we end issue number 2 with Animal Man's arm torn off.
This book is really going for it.
Going for it.
Yep. This is an interesting issue too. We'll get to the point where I turn on the book. We're almost there.
All right. I imagine it might have something to do with the White God.
I mean, it's the whole next issue.
And I will say, the next 2 issues definitely have like a slightly different feeling to them, where it is more focused on the adventure. We'll go into it.
It spends a lot of time on the Ellen Maxine stuff with the hunters who get a little and super violent and towards animals and it's just like, I mean, like, I understand you want like the rest of your cast to be like involved in a plot, but also like this is not the way to do it.
Yeah, and it's to me, it's almost a parody of like what people think Alan Moore writes, like of the like, oh, Alan Moore is always like threatening sexual violence. It's like literally the first storyline that this character gets is these random hunters for no reason are like, oh, here's Eve, let's have sex with her. You're like, what?
Yeah, in front of her kid.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then she just does it. I'm jumping to the end. He's like, the Buddy had such a terrible day. She doesn't even fucking tell him about it. And it's not like I don't want to, like, there's no like shame about it. Like, it just seems like I'm just going to brush over the story. I'm not going to tell him like this traumatic fucking thing that happened to me. I'm not going to tell my husband.
Our 4-year-old saw a corpse today, by the way.
I almost would have preferred if they had acknowledged that she was going to be like that and say like, oh, I don't want to bring it up. Because they didn't acknowledge it at all. Maybe they did talk about it off camera. Maybe they didn't. I don't know, because they don't mention it at all. We'll talk about that. That is a big complaint.
Your second like and protagonist. It's a very weird. It's a bad choice. But
it is a bad choice. I shouldn't forgive it, but I do because I've read so much of Grant Morrison stuff, and I know he's generally not like that. And honestly, Vince, your comment of like, I was trying to write like Alan Moore. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that explains it a little bit more.
It's like people trying to write like Tarantino. You're like, oh, okay, well, he can get away with this because of these things. That he's really good at it, and he threads that needle really well, and you can't.
Yeah, but it's also, I mean, like this is very much, I guess it's more the last issue, but like the Pogo issue of Swamp Thing, where the cartoon crocodiles or people come and visit Earth and they see the like fat American people. Like it's very much that, both in the Hunters and in issue 5, which I guess we haven't gotten to yet. Because first we have to get to the Ren and Stimpy looking.
Yeah.
The White God.
All right. So, Animal Man number 3. We start with there's a sad monkey in a cage. Her name is Dajuba. She recently had another caged monkey friend die, and she can sense that the beast is coming. And I think at this point we're thinking like she's afraid of the beast, but as we kind of go through the issue, we realize like no, she's calling out to the beast and like trying to get the beast to show up, and he's like psychically trying to find her. And we finally see the beast, aka the White God of Kilimanjaro, aka Bawana Beast, but they still aren't calling him that yet until a little bit later in this book. I feel like this would have been the time to call him Bawana Beast, you know? Let us know what his name is. But he just looks like a luchador in a loincloth. And
I've made fun of this dude. I was like, what are we doing here? I don't think I knew his backstory at all. I honestly like Buona Beast. I'm okay with like his background here. I think it's kind of tragic. Like it's a nice twist to be like, oh, the Beast is like actually trying to help his animal friends, like from Star Labs, and Animal Man just happened to get in the way, and he's actually not like this problematic figure. Like even though he's called the White God, like he like legitimately is like part of the mission. Like I'm okay with like everything that's been done to like rehabilitate this character from what I bet it was.
Fair, yeah.
Because it's probably like a white savior character. I'm assuming he feels like a very like 30s pulpy kind of white savior character, like the one white guy who went to the jungle and he became the best of the jungle, like that kind of shit. But I mean, the White God name is pretty bad. But I honestly like Buona Beast in this book. I like him a lot.
It is. I mean, it's the perfect, and he is in Batman Brave and the Bold, but it's the perfect kind of character to get like rehabilitated into something like Batman Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
Because you're like, this guy is a guy who can take himself too seriously and have it be funny. Not in this story, but in general, because he looks so stupid.
That's right. He is in Batman Brave and the Bold. He's in that video game too. That's right. That's where I probably know him from.
Oh, he's also in that pig episode of Justice League Unlimited.
Yes, he is.
That's a good episode. That is a good episode. Everybody go watch that pig episode of Justice League Unlimited.
Is that where the one where Wonder Woman turns into a pig?
Yeah.
They all do, but yes.
That's a great episode. Yeah, you're right.
It is, isn't it? All right.
Yeah, she almost gets gets sent away to like the pig slaughterhouse or whatever. But she has the little like tiara, so you know which one is the Wonder Woman pig.
That was a good episode. All right. So is that it for Buona Beast right now? We'll get back to him in a little bit. He does start running through the street and a cop shoots at him, but he feels nothing. Okay, whatever. Buddy is dying. He is like, I gotta reach out, sense an animal or something to help me, and he finds earthworms underground. He's like, wait a minute, they can regenerate. Oh my god! And so he takes an earthworm's power and he grows himself a new arm. He's like, oh my god, I grew myself a new arm.
So he can use the power like to permanently grow back an arm. The arm that regenerated isn't only for those 35 minutes. I guess I didn't realize that was.
The power is regeneration, you know?
As long as he's got it, and then the timer runs out, he's got it.
Yeah, okay. The earthworm doesn't have the power of having an extra arm. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. I guess that also makes sense. Like, even he breathed underwater for 35 minutes. He doesn't like retroactively not be able to breathe underwater and drown after he loses the power, even though he's out of the water. Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, my bigger issue, if we're gonna really get into it with his powers, is like, okay, if he has the power to fly, fine, but he doesn't have wings, you know? Like, should he grow wings? With the earthworm thing and the regeneration, like, earthworms don't regenerate instantly like that. Like, it takes them time. It's not like they just shoot out a whole new body just like that. Like, he's gonna have to, like, lie there for a month or two.
So you're gonna say, like,
with keeping earthworms around.
Like, because he can reuse the animal, but it takes, like, some type of, like, a downtime where he's not allowed to use that animal's power. I'm not sure if he's not allowed to use any animal's power or just that particular animal's power again for 30 minutes.
I do have a theory. Maybe this is explored in another book that there's a lot of earthworms down there, and so he like took the regenerative abilities of all of them and kind of combined them.
Oh, he did like a quadruple like Balatro multiplier on it.
Yeah, and each one gives you an exponential multiplier, so it really speeds things up, which is good.
Plus, he had 3 kings in his hand, and he had the Joker card that gives you multiplier for every king you're not playing. My question is, because his arm, like how muscly it is very inconsistent from panel to panel. Is his arm regenerated with the muscles he had before, or does he just have like one super weak arm?
He doesn't have the tattoo or the scar he had as a kid. Yeah, that's gone.
So it's probably a little bit weaker, but I don't know if we really. Oh, you know what? That makes sense because later he punches that doctor and he doesn't like completely kill him. The doctor's just kind of standing there holding his nose, and he's like, it probably was a fairly weak punch. That's my guess.
Sure.
We'll see. We'll keep tabs on his left arm and his right arm. His left arm is original. Right arm is weak and new. All right. He flies around, finds the Rat Man dying in an alley, kind of starting to separate from the rat, I guess. Calls the doctor from a payphone, and the lab boys show up and throw the Rat Man in the back of the little vehicle, the ambulance-looking thing they got. And they're like, buddy, you should ride in the back, too. They've all got hazmat suits on. And they're like, okay, fine. The asshole hunters are still messing with Ellen. They find the cat that the neighbor lost nearby, which I thought was going to get saved, but they pretty instantly threw it to their hunting dogs. And we assume it was killed and eaten off the panel.
It's the mama cat. Yeah,
we see it in the next issue. We see its like guts. It's disgusting. Oh, yeah. No, it's the end of this issue. Yeah, this is where I turned this whole subplot. I turned on the whole book. I was like, this is.
I can't deny that. That's like
this is so bad.
It's pretty bad. They pistol whip Ellen. Maxine is watching from the bushes and lets out they hear some rustling and Ellen yells for Maxine to run. Then we hear the Beast story and we learn about how he lost his best friend in Africa in the Civil War, and he was there helping. And when he went back to his home, his monkey was gone, and he's looking for his monkey. And so he shows up at the lab looking for his monkey. Then let's see. Maxine runs home. We didn't mention the neighbor with the cat. Her husband is very grumpy, always laying in the backyard with a hat over his head, saying, "Nobody talk to me. Go away. Keep it quiet, please." But Maxine runs and asks him for help, says she's in the woods with some bad men. Animal Man and the lab folks. Go ahead.
On top of everything else, on top of this, daylight sexual assault and attempted murder, they're like walking distance for a child from a house. Like, what the fuck is going on? This is so crazy.
It is pretty crazy. These people should not be shooting guns here.
Is this the part? Where did it? Because I had to look it up, and I wish I hadn't. I think it's later. The guy says he's a double veteran. Where was that part?
Yeah, so we'll skip forward to that right now. So the neighbor shows up to help Ellen. As we do it, like there's really one of these hunters who's like extra shitty. It's like the nephew of the hunter group or something like that. And he's like unbuttoning his pants and he says, you know what a double veteran is? And I did not look it up because I don't think I wanted to know. Chris, do we want to know?
I mean, if you don't want to know, I don't have to tell you. It's really bad. It's a Vietnam thing.
Then I don't think we need to know.
And it's very bad.
Yeah, let's skip it.
It shouldn't be in a DC comic at all. Like, I don't know. I know this wasn't approved by the Comics Code or whatever, but it's like, shouldn't somebody be like, maybe we shouldn't talk about this?
Yeah. I assume
it's really fucked up.
Yeah. Let's see. Animal Man gets to the lab. While we're at that bit there, the neighbor shows up to help Ellen. He's got a gun. He points it at the guy saying like, hey, don't fucking do that. The shitty guy picks up a gun being like, I'm going to fucking, and the shitty nephew's own uncle kills him with a shotgun, because it's like, dude, yeah, you were going too far with this. So I do at least appreciate that the other hunters were just like, don't do that, man.
We don't endorse this guy.
We don't endorse this guy. Yeah. Maxine is standing there holding one of the kittens, saying, "Mom, what about the kittens?" Because I guess that was like, I guess I skipped over that. They found some kittens out in the woods.
Right, because in the first issue, they're like, "Oh, this cat has disappeared," and then we find out at the beginning of issue 2, she's disappeared because she's had kittens and she's hunting for the kittens, or I guess for food for herself. At the beginning of the issue, so now there's these motherless kittens.
So we'll see what happens to them. But for the Animal Man stuff, he gets to the lab with the lab boys, and they instantly see the Beast running off with the monkey. And he can just kind of tell something's not right at this point. So he's like, "Doc, tell me the whole story here. Like, y'all don't seem like you're on the up and up." And the doctor's like, "No, we got to go after him." He's like, "No, just tell me what's going on." And Doctor fills him in. They're working on a strain of anthrax for the military, and basically like injecting this thing into monkeys to make it work. But they need to something make it work for humans. And they heard about an evolved ape living with a white god on Mount Kilimanjaro that would suit their purposes. So they went out there. They flew out there, and there was nobody else around. So they tranquilized the ape and they took it home. And now it's highly contagious, and it's out there. So please find it. The neighbor. Oh yeah, we already did that bit. They tell Animal Man that the white god, that Bwana Beast, has now been spotted at the zoo, and we see Dajuba dying in Bwana Beast's arms, crying. Such a sad scene for a nice looking monkey. And all the other monkeys nearby are crying. Bwana Beast is crying. It's very sad. He is like, he's not a bad character. Looks like a dumbass, but he's not a bad character. All right. Animal Man number 4. Buddy is putting his daughter to sleep with a story. He's been doing
where the wild things are. They make it very, very clear.
Yeah.
This is Maurice Sendak's got to be like getting his lawyer to call 911, because this is like they quote it and then they show the title of it. I'm like, whoa.
I really like earlier in the book they had showed Maxine's like drawings and stuff. She wants to do storyboards. Her mom's a storyboard artist. But she's got some drawings. I like this dinosaur in the background that she drew that's labeled Kaa, Kaa, by Maxine.
It's the Jungle Book. It's the snake.
Is that the name of the snake?
That's the snake in the Jungle Book, and you can see Shere Khan on the wall too.
I don't remember anyone's name from the Jungle Book. I just like, look at that kid making up a name like Kaa. What kind of name is that? Should be Maurice Sendak I'm talking about. All right.
Yep.
But in his
exciting library action is the internet does not exist. He has to search who this guy is.
Mm-hmm. This is like the end of the day now, putting his daughter to sleep, and we get a recap of the whole day and how we got to this point. He did his research, looked up Bwana Beast in a book, and it said like, oh, his powers are telepathic control of animals and ability to fuse 2 organisms together. Okay, cool.
That makes sense. He fought a rat man, and someone else saw a roach man.
And the big old pile of monkeys. It is confusing to me that his powers aren't consistent. Like sometimes he will combine them and they just kind of turn into one larger thing that has elements of both. Sometimes it'll just be a big pile of shit with all the heads and arms sticking out, I don't know.
Yeah.
He went over, found to the zoo, and he found the red ape dead. Bwana Beast came up behind him and was like, leave my friend alone. And he's like, hey, I'm on your side. I don't want to fight. But, of course, Bwana Beast was not having that. And they started fighting. Ellen and Maxine got the sick kittens home to Mrs. Wiedemeyer. But none of them survived. And they had to bury all of them. Oh, my gosh. Wow.
That's not exactly true. But
not true.
They bury 3 of them.
It looks like they're all dead. We're meant to
Yes.
believe that they're all dead at this point.
Yep. Which, to get on my soapbox, kittens that age can't regulate their heat. You need to give them a heating pad like right away if you find kittens this young that haven't opened their eyes, because otherwise, like, they need their mom's heat, and if you can't get that, you need to, like, basically, like, vets' offices have, like, basically it almost looks like a cooker that they put them in that's like 105 degrees, but you can just put them on a heating pad or something like that. They can't just be out. They don't survive for very long.
Damn.
Yeah, we basically do the same thing with my chickens the same way.
Oh.
Yeah, the baby chicks. They love to sell you baby chicks, but you need like a heat lamp and a heating pad. Inside.
Yep.
Same way.
I mean, the good thing with cats is that their mom does this for them until they're about 8 weeks old.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see what else happens here. Animal Man is now kind of running around trying to stay clear of Buona Beast. He sees a tiger gorilla. He's like, I'm staying clear of that thing. He is like searching out for animals. He's like, oh, you know what? Salamander. Yeah, I'll pick up some salamander regeneration. Let's grab some of that. And, ooh, chameleon. Yeah, I'm going to grab some chameleon camouflage. That could come in handy, sure. He gets attacked by some bird beast, like a hawk creature mixed with something. He kills it and feels really bad. He feels weak, and then he gets attacked by the tigerilla. And he gets away, senses the Buona Beast, and so he goes, hides behind a boulder. And his chameleon powers fail him because his clothes do not change color like he does, and he didn't think about that. He also forgot that the Buona Beast had mind control powers, which he can use on any animal. But do humans count as an animal, or is it only because Buddy has animal powers that he counts as an animal and he can mind control them? I don't know. Do y'all have an answer? Do you care?
That's a good question.
And then Animal Man is like, well, then I could steal your powers by this logic.
Yeah, and use them on you. I really like the telepathy battle page where it's just 9 panels of them, or 8 panels of them just staring at each other back and forth and like sweating more until Buona Beast is just like, oh. And we kind of think that Animal Man's won, but really it's the anthrax that is getting Buona Beast. That is highly contagious, and although it's highly contagious, I don't know about that. I assume it's contagious though. And he was holding that monkey in his arms. And is Buddy gonna be okay? I don't know.
And he'll just earthworm into a new body.
Yeah, he'll be fine. So Ellen, the kids, and the neighbor, they bury the kittens while the beast is waxing poetically about death, how they should have never left the forest. And he goes quiet.
Yep. Again, more Alan Moore. He uses the word abattoir. I don't know that I've ever seen that except in Watchmen.
Abattoir, The Last Airbender. I've seen that show.
Although he doesn't, Rorschach says an avatar for R-worded children. So that's even worse. This was the 1980s in comics. 1987 really, Watchmen, 1988 Animal Man. This is just...
Here, that's the way it goes. So what happens here? Buddy, after Buona Beast kind of goes quiet and he's dying, Buddy realizes, I still have the Beast's powers. That's all of his powers. I can fuse things too. And so he fuses defensive cells in the Beast's body, combining polymorphs and macrophages to fight the anthrax off. And this is the dumbest science, and I am into this kind of science. I love it. And he goes and he separates all the animals. Which did the Beast have that power to unfuse?
I guess we never saw him do it.
He never wanted to. Then he goes to the lab and talks to the doctor and says, "You let the Beast go." And then he tells the doctor he's immoral. Animal Man's ashamed he got involved at all. And the doctor keeps running his mouth, so he punches him on the way out. Then Buddy gets home.
It is with his bad arm, though.
Yeah. Hey, there you go.
His weak right arm.
Yeah. Buddy gets home, and we find out that one of the kittens did live. Hooray! They have a new kitten.
Yeah. You gotta adopt a second cat though. A solo cat's can be weird, especially if it's bottle fed. That's how you see the like Instagrams of like this cat thinks it's a dog or whatever. It's because it's not around other cats, and so it's just learning from other animals.
Yep.
So our cat passed away a couple weeks ago. One of our cats.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So we've still got one that's 15 years old, and we are getting another kitten. Should we be getting 2 kittens, Chris, or just one?
I would say get 2, because
okay, so you're on my family side. Okay, all right, I see.
And this is, I mean, when I found kittens, much like the characters in the book Animal Man, I was like, well, I definitely want to keep one of these because he's super snuggly and he's very cute.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, everything says like that. All the bad behavior that well, not all of it, but most of the bad behavior that people associate with cats, like it sits on your face at 3 a.m. It's like wants to play with you at like 5:30 in the morning, all of that. It's like that is where a second cat is a lifesaver because if they have each other, they will play and they will not wake you up. And it's great. I highly recommend it. Now they still will, as a group, all come and like sit next to you and yell at you when it's breakfast time, but they've never woken me up at like 3 in the morning trying to get me to play. They don't hunt me because they only hunt each other.
Yeah, because we were gonna get we had the older one, and we were gonna have we would like the younger one to learn like new habits. We didn't want to bring in like a younger one or two like in cold. They can learn from the older one, but like maybe it makes sense to have 2 new ones.
I think it makes sense to have, if you have like a bonded pair. Yeah, I have 3 cats, but if you have like a pair of cats from like the same litter, I think that's a good idea. And then they can kind of learn to live with the older cat and also, grow up together.
Okay. Yeah. Our kids are already been scouring the Animal Defense League looking for cats. So they are they're ready. They've picked out quite a few, but we got to do a vibe check.
Wait, y'all getting 8 cats?
No, just 2. Well, now I would just 1, but now Chris is talking into me, and then of course my wife's gonna listen to those. So you wouldn't listen to us, but you'll listen to Chris. That's what's gonna happen. And I go, yeah.
And it's honestly like, except for, and I have a robot that cleans up their poop. Except for the litter box, it's definitely. I mean, I don't know. I don't raise kids. You've done it, Vince. It's not twice as much work to raise 2 cats. It's like 30% more work than one cat.
The elderly cat that passed was a lot of work near the end. So
yeah.
So kittens will be a breeze compared to.
Well, if you get true kittens, they can be a little bit of a learning curve, like because they're more effort. As someone who's dealt with kittens and now has 2-year-olds, I miss how cute they were. I don't miss what a pain in the ass they were.
I
sometimes.
believe Kia lived with me when they were kittens, and they loved to get in Kia's room. And they loved to bother Kia.
They destroyed my puzzle.
Yeah, they hate.
They'll do that.
I didn't mind them getting in my room. I don't really remember that happening unless it only happened when I wasn't there.
They did eat your puzzles, though. That is true.
They ate my puzzles, though.
I remember when they were very little kittens, I let one of them, like, because they say like, oh, you should keep them in one room isolated for at least the first couple of weeks so they can kind of get used to that space and then kind of expand it out into the whole house, over time. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to let, the 3 kittens are in my bathroom. I'm going to let one of them go into my office. And then, I'm going to just socialize with the other 2, just kind of get them used to me, just hanging out. And I tried doing that for like 30 seconds and I hear like a chewing sound. And yeah, one of the kittens is trying to eat one of my books.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
Immediately.
All right. Any other cats eating anything that we need to mention? No.
All right. No. Yeah, they were wild. They did lots of stuff, and occasionally they go crazy, and you have to like put them in timeout.
That's cats. That's cats for you. All right. So we're almost done with these last 3 pages here. The very end of this issue. We see the Beast show up at Star Labs again, and he throws his dead ape onto the doctor's desk, and it's like, call your people, tell them you got the monkey back. And he's like, oh, he's like sweating. He calls everyone up, like, oh, the monkey's turned up. Get someone down here as soon as you can. And Buona Beast fuses the doctor with the monkey, and leaves. So he's just like this ape beast lying on the table. The lab assistants get down there and they're like, "Where's the doctor?" "Well, we got this the monkey. Let's take him." And they strap him down and they start running tests on him. And that's the doctor getting a taste of his own medicine in, I think, a pretty creative fashion that I enjoyed.
It's a real monkey's paw situation.
Oh my god, it really.
Well,
no,
really. The pun fell apart almost immediately.
Yeah.
But
they've got like scalpels and stuff, so they're gonna kill him.
Yeah,
they're not
just gonna leave him in like monkey form.
It's definitely a Twilight Zone, like Tales from the Crypt kind of ending.
No.
Yes, I do like that ending. Again, as much as I didn't like the last issue, I did like this issue more, even though it did have burying dead cats, which I did not like. It at least had the one cat that survived, and then getting that guy's just desserts.
Yep. Let's, before we jump into number 5, that one is definitely like a little bit of a different issue from what I was seeing online. Apparently, this was only started as like a 4-issue miniseries. And then they found out like, oh, it's going to keep going, and he had to figure out other stuff to do. So this is more of like a one-off and kind of setting up his new ideas for the rest of the book there. So it's a little wilder. Why did I close my trade that I was reading here? Oh my goodness, I need to get back to it. But we start with a truck driver. He's picked up a hitchhiker who's trying to go out to LA. She wants to make it big as an actress, and the truck driver's warning her, like, it's not going to be so easy. Be careful out there. He's like, it can be dangerous, a lot of drugs and stuff. My friend Billy, he got me clean, gave me this Silver Cross and all that stuff. And then they hit a giant walking coyote man in the street. And the truck driver's like, don't look at it. Just keep on going. Just keep on going. And we see this coyote man on the ground, tire tracks through him. He's like guts spilling out onto the highway. And he regenerates and he grows and he gets up and he starts walking off again. And this thing, I like just the style of this thing because it definitely looks like it doesn't fit into this comic. Like it's a little bit cartoony, but not too cartoony that it's a cartoon, you know? It's just a little cartoony.
Yeah.
He's got this silver tube that he's carrying on a necklace. On like a little hoop there.
This is like a Swamp Thing monster, though. Like
it does have a Swamp Thing monster feel to it, yes. But we'll learn more about this thing as we go. We see Buddy at home. He is throwing all of the food, all of the meat in the fridge out. And his son is like, "What are we gonna eat?" He's like, "I don't know, tofu." His wife comes in and she is not happy.
look at that little buff boy running away. See you later, Mom.
We need a comic that's all buff boys. Little buff babies.
Little buff boys.
Little buff boys.
Have you seen that? I think you should leave with all the little buff boys.
Have I? Oh, God,
they put him in their little goose suits, their little muscle suits, and it's with Sam Richardson. Is that his name? Sam from Detroit.
I don't think I have seen that one.
It's really good.
I don't know. Oh wait, you're not talking about Baby of the Year, right? That's
it's thematically very similar to Baby of the Year.
Okay. It's also Sam Richardson, but this is a season 2.
Okay, got it. All right, so yeah, him and his wife start fighting because she's like you can't do this without talking to me first, you know? Like we need to have food to eat, and like we can figure this out. Yeah. Buddy's mad and he walks off. Don't expect me home for dinner. But immediately in the next panel, on the next page, he's like, I shouldn't have struck out my dad. What's going on?
He is right, though.
Yeah. Then he just starts flying around there. But yeah, he's been, he's in tune with animals. He doesn't want to kill animals anymore.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense that of all the superheroes, Animal Man would be the most vegetarian. Like, yeah. So then we see this truck driver. It's 2 weeks later.
It's a year later.
It's a year later. That's right. It's a year later. They mentioned that on the at the beginning thing. Okay,
so this part confused me because it seems like his life is cursed somehow by what happened, but it has nothing to do with each other. Like his life just went to shit for no reason.
His life, I don't think really went to shit.
It did. His partner died, and then the girl that was in the car with him also died, and then that's why he's decided he needs to kill this coyote monster.
Yes, that's correct.
And he lost his job. His mother died of cancer.
Yes.
So it's just like he's been cursed, but like,
well, he says that his partner was Billy his partner. I don't think I really realized. I guess
he's gay.
I don't think I really picked up on that. I thought it was just like okay, that makes sense. Yeah. He says that Billy died.
It's the bottom of page 10.
I'm seeing it now. Look, I didn't realize it at the time, but yeah, that's a gay couple photo. So he's saying that he was calling this thing the devil, and he says 2 weeks after we saw the devil, that Billy died, and he's just like I want to kill the devil. Like he thinks this thing is the devil, and he wants to kill it, which doesn't make a ton of sense. And he saw it a year ago, but he's looking for it.
And again, as we find out later, it has nothing to do with him.
Correct. But it's important to him, and that's all he wants to do.
So I guess it's just a bunch of bad stuff happened because he also has a headline: prostitute slain in drug raid. So the hitchhiker that he was giving a ride to is killed. And so that's when he decides he's going to go back to the desert and kill this coyote monster.
Yeah. So he heads out there. He's got his gun. He set up some dynamite. And he lines up the coyote, shoots it. It falls down into a canyon, and then we see a big old boulder. So the truck driver sees the boulder next to it and like pushes it down onto him, and he very cartoonishly sees this boulder falling onto him and crushes him.
So Kia, you've read this before. Vince, how quickly did you realize this was Wile E. Coyote?
I feel like I realized it instantly. I'm not sure if it was from the cover or if it like mentions it like on the first few pages. By this point, there was
for me, it's when he's falling on the big page where he's shot. I was like, oh, that's Wile E. Coyote, and then he pushes a boulder, and I was like, well, yes, this obviously it's Wile E. Coyote.
I think I was on board because it has a Duck Amuck cover with the Daffy Duck, and then it was drawn weird, and then I saw the coyote was dead, and then it was back from the dead with the Coyote Gospel. I picked up that it was Wile E. Coyote really early, and I don't know why, because there's nothing like explicit in the text. But like I don't know if it was the desert. There's something about the subtext that I instantly was on Looney Tunes World.
Yeah, when he falls, like something about the way he falls and the way it's framed, I'm like, that's Looney Tunes.
Yeah, and I love me some Looney Tunes. So the truck driver, they never named the truck driver, did they? No. He heads down to the bottom of the canyon to find the body, and is surprised to see that this coyote is up and walking again. And he's going to trip the dynamite. And he's like, wait, don't do that. And we get a big old explosion. Animal Man is flying overhead, and he sees the explosion, so he starts heading down. Truck driver's pretty badly injured. Not dead yet. He's trying to get up, and he sees this coyote beast partially on fire, looking dead as hell, missing an arm, standing up in front of him, and now regenerates and just kind of starts walking off because it doesn't really want anything to do with him. And he sees Buddy landing down there, and he walks over to Buddy, takes the little tube off of his neck, takes a roll of paper out of there and hands it to Buddy. Buddy's like, huh? What's this? And we see everything that is written on this little scroll. It is the gospel according to Crafty. This coyote is Crafty, and he comes from a cartoon world, which we then see illustrated on the next few pages. Very typical kind of cartoony world where everyone's putting dynamite in everybody's pockets and fighting each other, and it's constant pain and violence and misery. And Crafty the coyote was tired of it because he's always getting beat up and destroyed, and it's not good. It's pain. And so he takes an elevator up to God, so he can visit him and talk to him and end the futility. And God punished him for his rebellion, but he said he's a good God. He would make peace among the beasts but he was going to make Crafty live in the world above. And so he sent Crafty into the second reality. And Crafty learned new pain there, where he was pretty instantly run over by a car. And Crafty still hoped to kill the tyrant god and make a better world. An animal man is looking at the scroll, and we kind of, the camera turns around and we see what's actually written on the scroll, and it's all gibberish. Animal man did not understand any of that. He says, I can't read it. Then the truck driver behind a little boulder lines up his gun. He's got a silver bullet, the magic bullet, and he shoots it through the coyote's heart, through the scroll. Coyote falls over. Crafty the coyote. He falls down. He's in a Jesus on the cross kind of position with like white blood kind of like dripping down there. And then we see the artist's paintbrush come in and paint it red and then zoom out. Yeah.
The caption says, "The end, folks."
The end, folks. Yeah, weird issue, which is also just like, damn, what the hell's going on? What does this have to do with anything? But I do also really love it.
Didn't the book end up having a lot of like breaking the fourth wall and stuff? Didn't that end up being...
So I think we were talking about this thinking it was the issue where he meets Grant Morrison, and this is kind of like the overture for the rest of the book where Animal Man then meets God, who is Grant Morrison.
Okay.
And it kind of parallels all the stuff that's here. So this is
interesting.
Yeah.
And it's very much like why did all these terrible things happen to me? It's like, well, it's because I'm a comic book writer, and like it creates conflict. Terrible things keep happening to you.
Yeah. Which is neat. I don't like love this as a breaking the fourth wall issue in terms of like the message it's sending, or like it's also not very coherent. Like the truck driver stuff you mentioned really doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah. But there's still just something fun about it. And like I think the art really pulls a lot of the weight here. Just the visuals of the coyote for me.
Chaz does a good job.
I love it. Chaz, good old Chaz. But that's it for the 5 issues that we're reading. We're not reading that Thanagarian on the next issue, but I think that is a one-off in case you were scared of that and felt like reading more, Vince. I don't think you need to worry about it. There's a robot in the issue following, so,
Is that the one that has the Watchman-looking guy that falls off a roof?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I hope this book... I think it's probably trending better.
Yeah.
I did like issue 5 more than... I liked issue 4 as well.
The first 4 definitely had that like kind of... not one and done, but just like a small little adventure to kind of set some stuff up, but had enough little bits of setup in there that I appreciated. But yeah, I kind of like it when the book gets weirder because I like that weird stuff. I like it when Morrison gets weird. But yeah, let's talk about it. Vince, what did you think?
I liked it a lot. I think the struggle with the Animal Man book, I like the Animal Man from the New 52 a lot better. I think it struggles that it gave too much time to like the wife's plot line, but then doesn't resolve it, and it doesn't overlap with any animal adventure. So she feels like she's kind of left out in the wind. Mary Jane always had this problem, I think, with Spider-Man. Also, like they gave her like plot lines that were boring that didn't have Spider-Man involved, and so then you're like, this is a drag. Like I don't want this. And then on top of that, it is like way too sexually violent and gross, and like I guess he's trying to show like cruelty to animals or something. But that whole part, like I would delete that. But in terms of like the opening arc of like Buddy being kind of a loser superhero, trying to get in the game, the practicalities of like trying to establish a PR team and being on like talk shows to try to get in the JLI, like that's a fun, like realistic, kind of like postmodern take on superheroes that I really enjoy. Him testing his powers with like breathing underwater and doing all those tests, like that montage was really good. Like I was pretty on board when it wasn't trying to do Alan Moore stuff. I think it was a really good book. And then I like the Coyote stuff, but again, like you said, like there's always something weird in each of these issues. That like this is really good. Stick with the Coyote stuff. You don't need this truck driver stuff. Like delete less of that. Give more pages to something else. Like that seems to be consistent through this book, or at least through the issues we read. But overall, like I liked it quite a bit. I thought it was. I mean, I would say like it seems pretty promising. This Grant Morrison guy.
Got a bright future.
Yep. Chris?
Well, I already kind of hinted at it. That third issue really turned me off. I thought that whole subplot with the hunters and the wife and the daughter and the cats, I was just like, this just shouldn't be in any comic book. Like this is like I don't find it like this is this is a 27 or 28-year-old Gen X writer being edgy, and I'm just like, I don't need this. Like this is like going too far, and I understand why, because it's also like I mentioned that like Watchmen was the year before, like Kraven's Last Hunt was the year before. This is the same year of Batman. When I think Batman the Cult or something like that, where Batman gets brainwashed and starts murdering criminals because this cult leader made him. And so it's just like things are, and then Death in the Family is the same year. So it's just like things are bleak. Like that's just what comics are.
Yeah.
And it's just like I really didn't appreciate that. It felt too much like someone taking over Swamp Thing and like trying to write Alan Moore, but like not really getting the kind of tying it together. So I did not like it. Now I like the fifth issue a little better. I liked the ideas that are there. Again, I think it is just more like misery porn of like, oh, this gay guy's partner is killed off panel and he thinks that the Coyote did it, but he didn't, because the Coyote is like a punishment from a vengeful God. Like, so is God also punishing this guy? Like, what's going on? Like, to me, it's not fully formed storytelling. And I'm not advocating for some sort of Jonathan Hickman style, like we need 2 pages of just text
to explain everything and
fill in Buddy's conversations with his wife or something. But it's like, but if you can't give me like some kind of closure, like does Buddy know that his daughter saw a dead body?
Yeah.
Like that's crazy to me.
Yeah, the loose plot thread, not loose plot thread necessarily, because it is like technically resolved, you know what I mean, but not really in terms of like people talking about it and like giving the reader some kind of resolution and making sure that everything's okay. But yeah, it's that stuff's not great. There's an element of chalking it up to the 80s, but it's still not great. But yeah, the weirdness is what I'm here for the rest of it, and so I just kind of like glaze past that stuff. I'm like, oh god, yeah. And I didn't remember that being in this book. I hope there's nothing more like that. But I do want to reread it actually, because I didn't remember a lot of this, and I'm like, where does it go from here? Like in terms of kind of getting to that Grant Morrison stuff, and I don't remember any of that. No, when I say Grant Morrison stuff, I mean Grant Morrison as God kind of stuff.
There's not much to the book, though. It's less than 30 issues, right?
I think it's 18 issues total, if I'm not mistaken. That doesn't make sense because I thought there were 3 trades and they're 9 issues each, something like that.
I was gonna say because I think there's more than that. Let's see.
Good question. Uh, bu- 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 bu-
Oh man, DC Infinite went to like the newest issues of this run last, and it looks like Halloween 6 like font on the title for this Animal Man like 90. Ugh.
It goes, a long time. Issue 26.
26. Okay.
That's not too bad.
It's the last.
Oh, Steve
Morrison
Pugh
one.
from Flintstones is on here. All right, he's a good artist.
From Flintstones? Oh, the new Flintstones.
Yeah.
They did.
Oh, that's when Jamie Delano takes it over though, but that's the Constantine writer. There's some Peter Milligan issues too. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised how much I like the art because I have not seen that artist do really anything else, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, the art we talked about it mostly in that last issue and at the beginning here, but it was just kind of solid all the way through. Yeah, good old Chaz. Anything else to say about Animal Man before we jump over to the Ultimates? Did I mention at the beginning that I did because both your quotes were from the Ultimates. Let's do it. Let's jump to Ultimates. Ultimates number 3. A recap of the first 2 issues. Nothing really happened. Started to get the team together.
Captain America at
the end of the
1
second issue
was the plot of issue 1.
Yeah. So Ultimates number 3. I still have yet to take any notes on any of these Ultimate books. I'm like, what am I even going to write down? So we start with Hank Pym and Jan. Hank is testing his giant man powers out in a picnic at some mountain there. Great. They tell a few one-liners about how you shouldn't eat and then shrink back down. Makes sense.
It's going to be bad because the food doesn't shrink with you?
I guess so.
That seems bad.
But I feel like there's that's complicated because you got so much stuff inside of you.
Do you
that's
have to
foreign.
do you have to fast for 2 days before you do that, or do you have to get it all out of your system? I
think as long as you just
more
don't eat.
complications then.
I think it's actually tougher for Jan because with Hank he can just kind of grow big, be big for a little while, and come back to regular size. With Jan, she's starting at regular size, then going small, then getting big. So she's the one who's really got to not eat,
But it's stuff not of your body that shrinks.
Well,
we're introducing we think we're introducing science into this book, but we're making me think about more science, and that's that line. Now I'm thinking too much now.
Yeah, they I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think once you accept that your body goes from 6 feet to 40 feet, everything in your body also grows or shrinks the same way. Your food wouldn't just be oh no, it stays the same size because it's not fully digested. Piece of corn is now.
Yeah, the piece of corn.
Giant.
Yeah, I don't feel like that because they're where are my clothes? Where's my hair? What, where are the little the little dust mites that are in my eyelashes? Are they growing too? This is, it's too much.
Yeah, everything's got to grow. That's just the rule, or it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
What also doesn't make sense is these people have all this science, but they still have Siemens phones. Like the classic, Nokia phone.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's
very
2002.
old school. It's not even a flip phone. Surely flip phones at least existed. No,
it's not Nokia. It's Siemens because that's a little classier. But come on, it's still black and white. There's no text threading. They don't have a fancy UI that Banner came up with and sold them.
The screen has room for 4 little lines of text. Come on.
Wouldn't Tony Stark have one of those little those very annoyingly businessy phones that had their own little operating system?
Oh yeah, he would have had a Palm Trio at this point, 100%.
Yeah, Palm Pilot is what I was thinking of.
He would. Yeah. I love how it also wastes text on incoming text message from Tony Stark. From Tony Stark, good enough. Tony Stark says, we don't need.
Yeah, they can't read the rest of the text. There's no room on the screen.
Yep.
They wasted all 144 characters. They're fucked.
Yep. But presumably Tony is texting them about how they have found Captain America's body. He and Nick Fury are there talking about it. And
they're building the Triskelion, it looks like.
Yeah, they're building the Triskelion.
Which is in the movies. Like the later movies. Or mid-year movies.
Bruce Banner is down there working on reviving him, and as Captain America opens his eyes, they talk to him. They're like, hey, this is Tony Stark. This is Nick Fury. He's the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. now. I'm the scientist in charge of the super soldier program that you joined. I know we've got all these armed guys pointing their guns at you, but we're your friends, I promise.
Cap immediately freaks out because it's like, we don't have any high-ranking black officers like that. That's a lie. It's Germans. Yeah. Germans lying to me. They think Americans are this way. This is a trick.
I do really like his line when he wakes up and it's like instantly mid-combat. He says, sorry, Fritz, the accent's flawless, but you really should have done your homework. It's cute to me. And they try to hit him with tranquilizers, and he kind of jumps out the window, and he's trying to escape, but Hank and Jan show up, and Hank smashes Captain America on top of a car. And they're like, oh my God, you killed him. And he's like, nah, he's still wriggling. He's okay.
He didn't know that before he scooched him.
He really didn't. Bruce Banner.
Hank, what if it just ended there? Like Captain America unfrozen for 60 years.
Yep. And died.
Immediately.
That'd be pretty good.
That's a fucking boys thing. The boys would do that. That'd be really funny.
That'd be a good what if.
What if Captain America?
What if Hank killed Cap? Yeah. So then we get a little comment from Bruce Banner talking to Jan, saying, "Is Jan naked in that panel? By the way, I'm just realizing that. Yeah, she doesn't have her suit on her. But Bruce Banner is like, hey, well, I didn't turn into the Hulk, and there was a whole lot of action there just now. So I guess that's proof that it's out of my system, right?" Then we get a scene with Nick Fury and Steve going to visit Bucky. Bucky is an old man now. He married.
Didn't die.
Didn't die.
Also, no Winter.
None of that stuff. No Winter Soldier in the Ultimate Universe. He married Gail, who was Captain America's sweetheart. But I guess she and Bucky got together. They had a couple of kids. Gail does not want to come downstairs to see him because she's old now. It's like, oh, you don't want to see me like this.
She's a Peggy equivalent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This was before the Winter Soldier existed in comics, so this was like a version of Bucky that doesn't die, and now he's just old.
Yeah. Which I didn't realize because this is the first like real Captain America comics I'm ever reading. And so I was like, oh, that's interesting. Bucky did die? Okay, that's an interesting twist. I think this book actually, more so my first reading, I think it does a really good job of establishing like Captain America feels like a man out of time. I think this like the whole world did disappear from him for 60 years. I think it does a pretty good job of establishing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't remember exactly the scene in the movie, but I feel like the movie did a good job like addressing that.
Yeah.
Of like don't they try to make him think it's still the 40s at first or something like that?
They do the opposite where they dress up Amanda Rigetti from the OC in a like a 40s costume or something, and he immediately sees through it. It's the opposite where he's like, "What the fuck Nazi trick is this?"
Why do all these women have tattoos now?
Yeah, something like that. But like this Captain America is a little more racist and a little more stuck in the 40s in terms of his values, which I liked at the time.
Sounds
for the
like
comic.
Mark Miller.
It does sound like him, doesn't it? I thought it worked really well when I read this like in 2004, but I'm glad the movie chose not to do that.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
So Cap is talking to Nick Fury like, what, I should have left me in the ice. Like, I got nothing to live for here. Everything I loved is gone. And Nick Fury is like, well, not everything. Look at that flag. That's an American flag. Don't you want to fight for America?
He doesn't comment at all that there's 2 new stars on that flag.
He's not counting the stars.
He knows. He's like, that's not my flag.
We finally added Canada and Mexico, huh?
Fun fact: only Obama's our only president to ever be born with 50 stars, with 50 states. Everybody else was born with 48 states.
Well, we'll find a 90-year-old for the next election.
Or will our president that's our age, our vice president that's our age, will become president.
No. We'll just we'll run an 87-year-old against 84-year-old Trump.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's how it works.
That's a great idea. The only.
All right, let's
How about Robert De Niro as Dirty Grandpa or Bad Grandpa or whatever he is?
Is Robert Duvall still around?
I'd be okay with that.
I'm okay with De
No,
Niro.
I don't think Robert De Niro is still around. Yeah, let's get President De Niro here.
Yeah, I like it.
But we won't call him President De Niro. Who's he playing? Whatever his character name is, we'll call him that.
Bad Grandpa.
Oh, you want him to be Bad Grandpa? You don't want him to be like the dad from the Meet the Fockers or whatever? You don't want him?
Oh. Yeah. Oh, President Fokker?
Whoa. He's
Hold
the
on.
dad.
He's not the Fokker.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. The other guy's the Fokker. The parent.
He's the parent. There we go.
To meet the yeah.
President
we'll call him President Parent, yeah. But they have to introduce it. They say like when he's coming out for or whatever, they're like, please welcome Robert De Niro as President Parent. And that's always how they introduce it.
And then he comes out like, I got nipples, could you milk me?
I never saw that movie, but I will never forget that line. It was in all the ads.
I mean, this would be better than what we have now, so I would vote for it.
Okay, let's keep it. So we've got
21st century is cool or not cool.
Very cool. So we've got all right. So we got some sort of star-studded thing. What is this for? It's like a launch of the Avengers,
the Ultimates, or the Avengers, or whatever.
Or the Ultimates, yeah.
Oh, speaking of real world people, we skipped over the line where Nick Fury got his nose busted in, and he says, "My nose has been hit more times than
smashed. It's been smashed more times than Robert Downey Jr."
Whoa.
Yeah. Whoa.
Not the only.
Wow.
Yeah, not the only. Well, I guess they're not real people, but not the only references that we have yet to get to in this book.
Yeah, there was the Oprah one that we are about to see in this scene,
and the Katie Holmes, Tom Cruise reference. Contained within it.
Somebody's dating Shannon Elizabeth from American Pie. I want to say Tony Stark was.
Tony Stark, they said, was dating Jennifer Tilly, and I'm like, she's a little old for it. I mean, they're the same age.
Yeah, it's age appropriate.
Which is not appropriate for Tony Stark.
But he
would not date anyone age appropriate.
I wouldn't expect Tony Stark to be dating the star of Bound.
But 2002 nerds fucking love Jennifer Tilly. I still love Jennifer Tilly. She's great. She's the best.
Yeah. I barely know who that is, to be honest.
She's she had like an Oscar performance.
I was say the last 25 years she's mostly famous for poker.
And one for poker. Two, the third name in the Simpsons credits Sam Simon. She's the ex-spouse of Sam Simon, so she owns like a sixth of the Simpsons. So she's doing very well. And then she's been in all the Chucky movies because she's the voice of the girl doll. Tiffany.
I always thought that was crazy. That was one of the craziest revelations I learned as an adult because I read that Sam Simon based Patty and Selma off his in-laws' sisters, and I was like, wait, Meg Tilly, like Academy Award winning Meg Tilly, is one of. You think that's Patty or Selma?
That's amazing.
But apparently they hated him.
That's incredible.
But yes, it's very funny. But she's also Kia. If you ever saw the Wachowski sisters Bound with Gina Gershon,
no, I didn't.
And before the Matrix, yeah.
Yes, it's the movie they made before the Matrix. It's very good. It's very funny to read like criticism of it in the 90s because it's just like these boys just love these sexualized versions of these women and who get one over on this man, and you're like, well. Yeah. I think you're getting the gender part of it a little confused because it's more like wishful thinking of like Gina Gershon and Jennifer Tilly are like the hottest women in the world in that movie.
Yeah.
And Joey Pants is like a scumbag.
What a time.
Yep. But then the very next panel, more celebrities. Did you recognize who else is here for the opening of the Avengers?
Wait, is that
Clark Kent?
Lois and Clark and Jimmy?
Yes.
I didn't even pay attention to it
I
until
didn't
you
see that at
mentioned
all
it.
until you just
Yeah.
pointed that out. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
funny.
I had the page pulled up because it was my quote, and I was like, "That's definitely Clark Kent and Jimmy."
Yeah.
The
Yep.
Lois I wouldn't have recognized on our own, but Clark and Jimmy are definitely.
Yeah, that's definitely them.
There's Jarvis,
Let's see.
who's a butler.
Jarvis, which is just like the regular Ultimate Universe Jarvis. He's a regular butler. Or sorry, the regular universe.
Yeah.
You know what
He's
I'm
not
saying.
a robot.
He's not a
No,
robot like
he's not the
movie.
Vision.
He's consoling Master Bruce. Wait a minute. I only know. Wait, is that Batman?
Oh,
We got Superman and Batman on this page.
Wow.
Wow. Says, cheer up, Master Bruce. You're not
Failed
the
you,
only
dude.
man. Like, I'm not. All right. Let's see. Then Nick Fury is talking to George W. Bush, who is excited about this whole super soldier program. And he, for some reason, goes up to Captain America and asks him, "What's your verdict on the 21st century, Captain America? Cool or uncool?" And he's in costume now, and he says, "Definitely cool, Mr. President." I really could have done without seeing George W. Bush's face in this comic, honestly.
I think he shows up again when the Hulk tries to kill him, right? In New York.
I don't remember.
I think he does.
I think he's there when Bruce Banner is trying to kill Freddie Prinze Jr. because Freddie Prinze Jr. is dating Betty.
Also, I'm sure this is photo reference, but something about the face he's making just like looks like our old pal Bawana Beast merged him with a monkey. Like he's making a very monkey face.
He is making a monkey face. But I think that's just like, I think this is very clearly traced from George W. Bush's face. And I think it's hard to find a picture of George W. Bush where he doesn't look stupid. So I think that's the problem. It's like, this is the best one I can trace,
your edgy
man. I'm
comedy,
sorry.
man, Kia, that edgy comedy, those George W. Bush jokes, 20 years old, not lost a beat.
Not lost a beat. Everyone likes making fun of the W.
Yeah.
Still funny.
Still
he says
funny.
He
strategery.
never did, actually. That was Will Ferrell.
That was
Jim
Will
Downey.
Ferrell, I know.
Jim Downey wrote that.
I know. That's the joke.
Sorry.
It's not.
Once.
He didn't really
fool me a
say
second
that.
time. I won't get fooled again. It's okay.
Yes, that's real.
That one is real. I remember that one. All right.
Dodging a shoe, that was funny.
Well, that's where that issue ended.
I'd like to see our president dodge a shoe. I'd like to see it. I dare him to do it.
I don't think he can.
I'd like to see him like bend his knees.
He's not going to. He got real upset when, yeah. Oh man! Could you imagine they made a new Ultimates now and he was the president in the book?
Oh boy.
Oof.
Oh.
I mean,
they've got no. Not that W was a good president by any stretch of the imagination, and everybody in our circles and the people reading the Ultimates in 02 fucking still hated him. So
yes, and I mean, I agree, Kia. I wasn't like happy to see him, but I'm like, at least like the joke is like, yes, it's stupid that the president.
It is stupid. God, nothing happened in that fucking book though.
Dude.
They woke up Captain America.
They
that
had
was it.
6 pages on Hank and Jan talking about their powers, and then they woke up Captain America, and then they went to the party. There was a 2-page spread of the Triskelion from outside, like, you know what I'm saying?
This book is strolling.
And man, it's just like it was like 4 scenes. Hitch's art is like wasting time with like a lot of like full page spreads. But I think that was also, they called this like, like big screen comics or some bullshit like that at the time, or like
a cinematic approach to
Yeah.
comics, Yeah.
And it wasn't tiny panels and stuff, and like everything was like big with like a lot of like background detail. I thought it was very impressive at the time, but also I had the stack of the 13 issues in front of me. I wasn't going month to month or even like month
Right.
to every 3 months when this book eventually starts getting really delayed.
So yeah, I was gonna say because I was curious about that. I'm like, have they missed a deadline yet?
Yes.
No, they haven't.
Well, I saw that this was like this one's the last week of March, and the next one is the first week of May.
Yeah, the next issue they miss it. They miss
a week, just a week delay. They're okay.
So next issue is the start, and then it's never on time again, basically. I think
Ultimates
so
2 might be on time for like 3 issues as well, and then it's like 1 issue a year.
Issues 5 and 6 are 1 month apart, and that's it for the on the volume 1. Because it's gonna miss. So the first 3 are on time, but next issue is gonna miss, and then the next issue after that's gonna miss, and then 6 is on time. And then everything after that is late.
This book should not be an individual issues book. It should be like a trade. It should have just been like an OGN. Because
also, like, I like his art a lot, but it's like this is exactly the kind of book that could have done with what the Steve McNiven kind of cheat that they did, where he would do like the first 4 issues. And then like the wrap up issue or whatever that doesn't have the big set pieces isn't him. It's like the same inker, but someone else penciling it. Cause it's just like, man, like this is just, you don't need all of this. Like nothing's happening.
I know.
Nothing's happening.
I've never read it this way either. I'm glad we're doing it in the long read because I've never read it like taking weeks in between each issue. Like
this is how I read it too, and I do remember by the end of it I had to like go back and read like the first 6 issues because I was like, I don't even remember what happened. It's been 2 years now.
I know, that's how I was. I would read like every issue of it leading up to, which wasn't hard because it's a really fast read.
Yeah.
I am enjoying it though, but man, it's not great in single issue format.
No, and this was again like I mean, comic prices have really kind of topped out at $5. But this issue, I mean, this was, I think, like $3 or something like that for the time because it was on glossy paper.
Yeah, because my old when I got into comics in 2004 and Ultimate Spider-Man was still $2.25. It was also, I want to say, bad paper though.
Yeah, I think this was on nicer paper, and so I think it was $2.99 from the first issue. And so it was just like, for your money, like you are just not getting anything in story. And it's just like at the time, everything was being so obviously written so that they were going to put, the trades in, Barnes and Noble or whatever, because that hadn't really existed. Yeah. Hey, Borders still existed.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Q.
We got Thor on the cover in the next one. That's exciting.
Right, finally.
We haven't seen him yet.
You keep talking
about
about
Shannon Elizabeth on the first page. That's who you were talking about.
Nice.
That's why this one was delayed. They had to look for a picture to trace.
Yeah, they had to find the right picture for her to trace.
Yeah.
Even Shannon Elizabeth by 2002. That's after 13 Ghosts.
Yeah, I mean, but it's before she was in Everything or Nothing. The James Bond.
It's like the Shannon Elizabeth being in things is about to run out.
Yeah. It was dated by the time I read it in 2004. I was like, really? Okay. All right. Maybe Mark Miller was just like really in love with her.
That sounds about right.
That would make sense.
But I think that's all we've got to say on the Ultimates. Anything else, you guys?
That's all I got.
Yeah. All right. Of course, we're going to number 4 next time, and then for our main read next time, we're doing a couple of Marvel DC crossover comics. We've done some crossovers in the past. We did DC versus Marvel. We did JLA versus Avengers. We did some amalgam comics. I think most of it was pretty bad. I don't remember it being very good. But we've got some new stuff that came out this year. We've got Deadpool / Batman and Batman / Deadpool. One published by Marvel, one published by DC. And rather than being one complete story, it's just a bunch of short stories about a bunch of characters from Marvel and DC, not just Deadpool and Batman. So maybe, I don't know, did it need a better title than that to tell you what's going on? I don't know. But we're going to see what's going on in these issues, because I don't think any of us have read anything from these,
read
right?
the Grant Morrison written Batman Deadpool.
Okay.
Because I think the DC one is all the DC team, like they're the classic or the DC writers and artists, and then the Marvel one is Marvel writers and artists working together. So that's the only one I've read so far, and I've heard that the Marvel one is a little more fun, but I think, but there's like. It's Doctor Strange meeting Constantine, or Constantine coming to the Sanctum Sanctorum. So, fun stuff like that.
Yeah, Harley and Hulk, I think I saw there's a story there. Neat. All sorts of little weird things in there. So I'm tentatively excited about what might be in here. I don't know why, like silly little like anthology books. It could be fun.
Yeah, I mean,
if one of them is, it's like if one of the stories is shit, it's like, no big deal. We'll go on to the next one, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But that's what's happening next time. What do we got to plug here? Chris, how's the Your Stupid Minds podcast doing?
Well, it's December, and that means we are bound by fate to review Hallmark movies.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. We will be covering, and it should already be out by the time that this episode comes out, Christmas Bedtime Stories, a 2022 movie that I found because it was a movie that Hallmark fans hated.
Oh wow! So even that the intended audience didn't like it. Thought it was a bad movie. Okay.
No. So we had to go in and judge for ourselves. Were they right to hate it? I will say the reason it's hated is the ending, and the ending is a huge spoiler, so I can't really say. But I will, just to give you a hint of what might be the issue. The whole thing is set in like a Christmas town of like a military base. So there might be some not respecting our troops or some other military issues that Hallmark movies probably shouldn't deal with.
Oh, interesting.
Wow. Okay.
Interesting.
Cool. Vince, what do you have to play?
I was on a recent episode of Games My Mom Found covering Star Wars Episode 1 Racer and the sequel Racer Revenge, aka Star Wars Episode 2 Racer. That's not called that, but that's what I call it in my head. Episode 2 Racer, really good. Episode 1 Racer, not very good. I
was going to say, what did you say about that game? Because I replayed that recently, and boy, the pop-in on the N64 hurts when you're going fast.
Oh, man. It was fun to see all those, like, muddy textures, though. I'm like, oh, man, I'm home. No, it's a crazy game where, like, the economy, like, you have to win money in races to then buy new parts. But you can't go back to old races and win more money. So you just got to keep moving forward. It's like a campaign. But if you win races while crashing, like you hit anything, your parts are degrading over the course of the campaign. It never tells you this. So your car is getting shittier as the game gets harder, and you don't know this, and you don't have money to buy new parts. So you can literally fuck yourself in a racing campaign, like where you have to just start over the campaign. It's baffling.
Wow, that's crazy.
But then episode 2.
And again,
the
game like ultra punishes crashes, and have they seen the movie?
Yeah, I know, right?
There's a lot of crashes.
It's it's not a good game. It's a good episode though. Karasetta's on there with me, who's a big Star Wars fan. So it's a fun episode on Games My Mom Found. Came out a couple weeks ago now. So I would check that out. Chris has been on Games My Mom Found a lot. Talking about did you cover Sandman with them?
I did cover Sandman, and I covered Watchmen.
Oh,
so
nice.
I covered some various British writers.
Nice. And Kia, what have you got to plug?
I really wanted to play Hades 2 because it's the other big sequel that came out recently for me. But I didn't realize it was console exclusive. It's only on Switch right now.
It's not on PC.
It's on PC as well.
Okay, but it's not
on PlayStation, and I was kind of hoping to get it there. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just replay Hades 1 instead, because I finished it forever ago, but I didn't finish it because there was definitely more to do, and I don't remember how much there was to do. But I was like, let's just get back into it here. And you know what? It's a great fucking game. If you never played Hades, I recommend it.
I'm very bad at
That
it.
game rules.
Yeah.
Also, I'm a softie, but like that is on probably a list of probably between 5 and 10 games that have made me a little misty-eyed. The real ending.
Yeah.
I remember
of
you
Hades, I
texting
was
me
like,
about
wow.
it because I was never gonna beat it, and I'm like, hit me with these spoilers, and I was like, damn, that does sound really good.
It's surprisingly emotional. Like I was like, wow, this silly game about escaping from your father.
It's like just the way it also tells the story like so gradually, and like there's no big cutscenes or anything like that. It's just like, no, you're the character, and as the story is happening, you're gonna take it, and it's like, it's just wonderful, and it's fun, and it's addictive because I might go do another run after we're done here.
Wow.
I'm lying. It's gonna be like 3 or 4 runs. So I'm not gonna go to sleep. But no, that's all I got to talk about here right now. I think. Yeah. I think we're done. Are we done? What else do we do? What are our regular segments? Is the part where I say I love you?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Vince, I love you.
I love you too, buddy.
Oh. Chris, I love you.
Do you hear that? There's
What?
There's of course you didn't. There's something going on 1,000 miles away. I have to go.
Oh.
Oh. Well. Oh. Okay. All right. Well, listener, I love you too. I guess that's it.